This place is telling us so much about the people of Southport. I can't wait to meet our first customer, especially now that we know they have an artistic side. We should order some sketch pencils and maybe some Queen Victoria commemorative stationery. That would really set the tone to the shop.
You are right. I'll deal with this, Lily. I'll write to my father. Please take this down. Dear Father, we have arrived in Southport, Leyland Arcade. It is agreeable. I'm writing to request some sketching pencils, Queen Victoria commemorative writing paper and postage stamps. We will start with a small parcel of pencils, 20 writing sets and 1 page of postage stamps. Please send at your earliest convenience. Upon first assessment of the town, I believe these additions to our stocks will meet our customers' needs. Furthermore, it will be my honour to remember our dear departed Queen. Yours faithfully, George. Please see that sent up first thing.
Yes, George.
Shall we go home? We need to unpack our personal belongings and the shop will still be here in the morning.
As you wish, George.
The house will be cold, as it's been empty.
This looks like it'll keep me nice and warm. My hands, they always feel the cold the first. Something you get used to living by the sea. It seems to roll in on the waves. The chills, they find the tips of my fingers and they bury deep. But look at this view. A horizon without any buildings and a pier that stretches and extends as far as the eye can see. I like to close my eyes and listen and remember my time with John, holding my hands, keeping me close away from the cold. In 1886, December, a storm came in and changed the way I see the sea. Gale force winds, rain and hail, that was the picture of that night. A young lad came to fetch John. Well, the shrimp had been scarce and we needed the money, so he decided to go. We both decided he needed to go. The Mexico was the name of the ship. It was heading to South America but got caught in the storm on Southport coast. So the flares went up and our men rushed to the lifeboat house. Eliza Fernley was their boat. It was pulled by horses to the water's edge and the men got in. They didn't realise the dangers that lay ahead, but they all got in. My John, he got in. For us, silence, a wait, a hopeful, silent wait. A crowd gathered to the shores. News spread across the town of the dangers our men faced. I joined them with my 2 young children. I had never seen a storm so bad. Waves as high as mountains, toppling lifeboats like corks. We were one of the last families to receive the news. Later, we heard that Lytham lifeboat had also launched and made it to the wreck and saved all the men aboard. Everyone answered the call that night to save the 12 men aboard the good ship Mexico. Life was never the same again. My children are all grown up now, and the memories of that night are distant. But the lives of those men who died that night will always be remembered for the sacrifice they made. And me, I will always have my memories. of John keeping my hands warm as we walk down the pier.
I remember that story from all those years ago. I came to Liverpool a couple of days after the disaster. I was 15, I was helping my father in the shop, and it was all the customers could talk about. It affected so many people.
But there's so much more to the story. The funding for the families, the memorials, and the 2 new lifeboats.
You are right. I was frightened by that story all those years ago. I don't want to hear about it again.
Those men are remembered here as heroes.
I'm not sure I want to stay here after all.
Oh, but I would very much like to stay and make Southport our home.
I might need some persuading.